You are tuned in to On Air with Chris Shanafelt. Welcome back On Air with another Player Spotlight interview. I'm your host, Chris Shanafelt, and I'm now joined by 2020 NFL Draft prospect. He's the standout wide receiver out of McKendree University, Matt Cole. And Matt, really appreciate you taking some time to chat. How's everything going?
Everything is copacetic, sir. I appreciate you for having me on.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine, Matt, and especially for guys that are from the state of Illinois, for guys that are from Chicago pursuing their dreams. And that's what we have with you. Taking us, just looking back, take us through what the last couple of months have been like for you, Matt. Your collegiate career officially ended mid-November. What's your schedule been looking like since then?
Well, since I've been done with my collegiate career, I've just been focusing on, my next step for the next level. How am I going to prepare? Where am I going to train at? And what are some of the things I need to really focus on before my pro day? I want to say earlier this month I went to Fort Worth, Texas for an All-Star game, the College Gridiron Showcase. I was there for 5 days and 4 nights, just out there showcasing my skills with other schools, like other guys from FCS schools, FBS schools, small schools. I had a great time out there, and just being out there, I had learned some tips, and I learned a lot from most of the coaches out there, even players, because as we was out there, we was just progressing, trying to help each other become better, more elite athletes. I understand it's a competition, but at the end of the day, it's all about having fun. Where I'm at now, I'm currently in Fishers, Indiana right now. I'm training with a group called In Focus. I've just been really focusing on my pro day, the pro day skills, meaning the 40-yard dash, the 5, 10, 5, the shuttle, the L cone, just working on the fundamentals of the techniques of running each drill the right way. And then with the strength and conditioning part, just trying to maintain my strength as after I left McKendree. I understand. Back when I was in school, I was squatting with the O-line and D-line. I don't expect to be doing that as much anymore because that's starting to wear and tear on me a little bit. But, I'm just taking it easy as it is, but at the same time, I'm still grinding,
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the College Gridiron Showcase. I actually had the pleasure to cover the College Gridiron Showcase a couple years ago, and as you said, great event, and one of these events that really seemed to be growing and really going towards the right direction, and it's certainly an event that brings out most, if not all, NFL teams represented. Matt, you finished your senior season leading the McKendree Bearcats in all receiving categories. You reeled in a total of 43 receptions for nearly 950 yards and 12 touchdowns. You also returned 1 kickoff and 1 punt for a touchdown, giving you 14 total touchdowns on the season. I know you would have liked to have seen more team success closing out your collegiate career. I know you guys ended 5-6, but what did it mean to you to just put up those career-high numbers to put a wrap on your Bearcats career?
Well, for me, it's just that this was the last ride for me. I'm on my way out of college. How my biggest thing was how I just wanted to be remembered in a way. I wanted to leave my mark, and it wasn't I expected okay, once I go out here, this season I'm gonna be breaking this. I just went out there and play football. I was just playing my game really. I like to plan and have goals, but just shattering most of the records this year, it wasn't even really on my goal list. It was just my biggest goal was to finish the whole season. See every game and not miss any games. That was really my biggest goal. But other than that, I just put my head down and I grind every game. Every time I had the ball come to me, I like to make the best of it because being in a slot position, you rarely get the ball. So it was whenever I got it, I had to make something shake really. And then just with the kickoff and when it comes to special teams, the kickoff and punt, it came a time where I was doing so good throughout the year that other teams, they started to kick away from me or just squib kick it. So I feel like I could have did a lot better there, but I guess teams were doing their homework on me, saying as a matter of fact, after one game, I ain't gonna quote him on this, but I asked the kicker. I said, why couldn't you kick it to me, man? And then he with a straight face, he told me, my coach said if I would have kicked it to you, he would have pulled my scholarship, and I just shook my head. I said, wow. And I didn't think it was that deep, but I mean, hell, like I said, whenever I get the ball, like whether I'm on offense or special teams, I like to be a difference maker and a playmaker and just make some mistake.
Well, it certainly shows, especially this past season. You reeled in, you averaged more than 20 yards per reception, and then you top it off with the impact you have on special teams. That's got to feel pretty good knowing that, teams week in and week out have you on their scouting report. And like you said, opposing teams, kickers and punters know not to kick you the football. Sounds like somebody that we both are familiar with that used to wear the navy blue and orange here in Chicago, number 23. So, Matt, I mentioned it. You're from Chicago. You went to well-known Curry High School. What was the recruiting process like for you coming out of high school, and how did McKendree College, about 5 hours south on I-57, win you over?
Just coming, while I was at Curry, I'm going to be honest, I didn't start really taking football serious until, like, the end of my sophomore season, and then starting my junior and senior year. I was only doing it just to volunteer, only because like I knew I was fast, so I just played. I did that along with track. I was just doing that to stay in shape until I went after my sophomore year. I was like, one of the coaches had told me like, hey, you should try going to like a football camp, like Team USA or maybe like a college camp. So I just started reconsidering. I was like, you know what, maybe I should try it out. And as I started doing that, I started getting looks at me telling me like, like, hell, I mean, this guy might have a chance. Like, he just differentiating himself from a lot of athletes that surround us. Because plus, I wasn't no 5-star. I don't even think I had any stars coming out of high school, to be honest with you. Only maybe because I didn't go to as many camps as other guys did. They had that recognition. I wasn't really recognized like that. I would say about like my junior year, I started getting a few looks from some Division I schools, but around that time, my ACT, it wasn't where it was supposed to be at. Like, I wasn't really a good test taker, but I mean, I took the ACT a couple of times with my advisor, my school advisor. She gave me waivers to retake them every time without having to pay for it. So I just kept doing that until I kept trying to get my score up, but it wasn't really sitting right. But I mean, some Division I schools was like NIU, Illinois State, Michigan State. They all was interested in me with like my athletic ability, but what they concerned was they would want to know if I was gonna be able to graduate. And like I said, I didn't start taking school or football serious till like around my sophomore, junior year. So by that time, like when I was trying to get my stuff together, I felt like I kind of waited too late. So I mean, my opportunity, like in my senior year, my former teammate named Justin Smith, he used to play at McKendree University, and he had told the offensive coordinator about me. He said you should come up to Chicago, and you should check him out. You should like see one of his games. See, like, because like he put that bug in the coach ear, and he took my teammate word, came from Chicago without me even knowing. Like he just came and he seen me play. I didn't even know he was there until the next weekend. He came, and my head coach in high school told me there's a school that want to talk to you like in the locker room. And I came in there, and it was Matt Raw. He was the offensive coordinator at McKendree. He had sat me down. He gave me a brochure. He was just talking to me about the school. He was telling me the things he was gonna give me, and he came through with that. It wasn't like he wasn't telling me, you get here, we're gonna give you this number. I said it's simple. I said if I go to this school, I just want to play. Regardless of what number you give me, like I just want to play as a true freshman. That's what I did.
And the rest is history. Man, not every year are we talking about a legit NFL draft prospect coming out of McKendree University. When for you did becoming, or when for you did playing professional football really become something you were going to pursue?
At the end of my junior year, once I was a freshman and sophomore year, I wasn't really having as much success on offense because older guys in front of me, like they show some quarterbacks. I don't want to say no names, and coaches, they show favoritism to the older guys. I didn't have that much experience yet with college football. I started earning my bread and butter on special teams. Really, that's what really got me on the travel squad. Just playing punt and kickoff return. Just doing the little things for the team stuff. Just like being a selfish player. I was selfless. I was putting my team first before myself. I just wanted to just help out the team with any way I could. Regardless of what side of the ball was on. I just wanted to help my team be great.
We're chatting with 2020 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out Division II's McKendree University, Matt Cole, here on air with Chris Shanafelt. And Matt, do you have a current height and weight for us?
Right now, I mean, they've been playing with my height. I think I'm 5'10", but they telling me I'm 5'9" and 3/4.
Oh man,
I feel 5'10", but they saying 5'9", 3/4.
Well, hey, we've seen guys make it at 5'9" and 3/4, and even shorter than that. So that certainly won't get in your way, no doubt about it. And I'm sure scouts have been in and out of Lebanon over the years at McKendree. Matt, what has some of the feedback been like from scouts, or like you said, you're down in Texas at the College Gridiron Showcase. Any idea how teams are viewing you as a pro prospect?
Really, as a return guy, really. Anywhere on special teams, they love the fact that, like, I was on kickoff for 4 years straight, and I had finished my career season with, I think 63 tackles, solo tackles. And just that right there, that kind of raised everyone's eyebrows, saying, like, okay, well, this guy, he wants to play, With me being a receiver, not too many, receivers that's on special teams and that's putting up numbers like that.
I was unaware that you put up those type of numbers on special teams. I was thinking you were only a return guy, so you played even when you guys were kicking or punting the football away as well, getting down to the other end of the field to tackle the return man as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with the punter I had back then, he was, like, normally I think his hang time was at least 5 seconds at least. And it's like I'll beat the ball down to, like, where the return man is before the ball even lands in the return man's hand.
That's impressive. I'll tell you that's certainly impressive. I'm sure that's certainly catching the eye of teams out there. And Matt, I could be wrong, but after doing some research, it doesn't look like there's ever been somebody from McKendree University to make it to the NFL. Knowing that, is there an added chip on your shoulder, and do you take pride in taking a route less traveled and having the opportunity to put your university on the map?
Hello? Oh yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to just pay the way for, the next kid at McKendree. I'm just trying to open doors for them as much as possible. Like I said, I'm just a selfish person. I want to look out for everybody else before I look out for myself.
Who would you say is the best player? I'm sorry. Who would you say is the best player you've lined up against over the years?
Okay. And then as far with me being in college, like my freshman to my senior
year. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Can I do it? That's a good question. I mean, I'm lined up against a couple of good players. To be honest, I don't remember his name, but he went to Missouri S&T. He was a strong safety, number 9. He was, when I was a junior, he was a senior. I can't even remember his name, but I feel like that was a really competitive guy that I played against. Sprite when I was 2 Sprite. That I played against over the years. Someone who wasn't afraid to be physical with me. Barbecue sauce. Like that was the only person that I can tell, with strong safety. Most guys, they like to play catch or just they like to cheat and back because they know me coming out. They know that I'm pretty fast. But yeah, I can't really remember his name, but that was probably the toughest guy I ever played against.
All right, strong safety, Missouri S&T last year. I'll have to go back and check that out. Again, he's Matt Cole, 2020 NFL Draft prospect, wide receiver out of McKendree University. A couple more questions for you, Matt, then we'll let you go. Really appreciate you taking the time. As we know, you mentioned it, you're training in Focus in Fishers, Indiana, getting ready for that Northwestern Pro Day. Really big opportunity, probably the biggest job interview that you're going to have, at least up to this point. What has your training schedule looked like? What are a couple things that you're working on? And is there any specific numbers you'd like to reach in that March Pro Day of yours?
Okay. Our schedule is, we work out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday is kind of like our, mental psychology day. That's kind of like just training our mindset of how things are going for us while we out here. But I would say Monday we normally do we work out 3 days, three times a day. Monday, I want to say our morning session at 8:15 is normally our speed and agility. So depending on which day it is, we'll be working on either a 40-yard dash, the 5, 10, 5-yard shuttle, or maybe even the L cone. So like they normally split that up individually like each day as the week goes by. Then our second session is normally around 12:30. That's like our position work. So with me being a receiver, I play catch with the quarterbacks. I like to we run. I'm actually learning some new routes I've never ran before. So that's what I've been working on really, like my hip mobility and just we just like I said, we just been playing catch and just running routes. And then our third session today, that's when we normally hit the weights, and we just have arm days and leg days. One thing I'm really focused on right now going through this training that I feel like I need to work on is my consistency, like with catching as well as route running. Because like I said, with me being so fast, like I mean, if you look at my highlights, I'm just always running past people. Then I'll have to slow down to catch the ball. I'm learning routes that that I haven't really ran before, because it's pretty hard for me, like being at the size I'm at. But I'm reworking on that, just with being flexible, with my flexibility and hip mobility. I feel like by the time I get to my pro day, I'm really gonna shock. I'm trying to shock the world. The numbers I'm aiming for in the 40, at least a 4.4, at least. That's what I'm gonna say for that. As far as bench, I want to at least put 225 up at least 20-25 times at least. That's my main focus right now. With the shuttle and the L cone drill, they haven't been telling us our time lately. They just want us to run it, and then we start testing actually next week, and then I'm pretty sure I'll find out the time then, and then I'll have an estimate of what I want it to be when the pro day comes.
Okay. Well, hey, I give you credit for at least giving us those numbers, because it seems like over the last couple of years, guys kind of shy away and putting something out there, putting a number out there. But for you 4.4s and 20, at least 20 times in the bench press. So much respect for that. I was looking at some of your tapes, some of your highlights. Android 88, obviously you wore the number 88. Where does the Android fit in? Is that your nickname, Android 88?
Well, a lot of people call me that because they say that I'm not human. Only because of how athletic I am and like the things that I can do. They've never met someone like personally who can do things I do. Like I normally, like I said, like growing up, I was a triathlete. I did gymnastics, I did track, and I did football. Normally, like just out of nowhere, I like to tumble around with my equipment on actually. And then there's times where I'm just by myself, and I just get on a handstand and just start doing push-ups on my hands. And they kind of just it blow people away because they never really seen things like that. And then when I'm running with the ball, they say I look like a robot. So that's kind of why I just got the Android from.
That's awesome. Is there a current or former NFL player that you like to watch and take bits and pieces of their game and add it onto your own? Like you said, you're a unique player. I mean, not every day do we see a wide receiver and a return man also go out and be a impact on the defensive side of special teams and make tackles down the field. Who are some guys that you've liked to watch over the years?
Lately, I'll say Jarvis Landry, only because for me and him, I feel like me and him got the same style play. Most receivers, I ain't gonna quote anybody, but the receivers I watch, they don't normally necessarily fight for extra yards. Normally they like to step out and but Jarvis, he likes to lower his shoulder, and I'm kind of the same way. Like it's like once the ball's in my hand, I feel like a running back. I'm never ducking any action. Like I love contact.
And I'm sure teams love that mentality. Yeah, Jarvis Landry, certainly one of the more physical receivers in the league. One last question for you, Matt, then we'll let you go. Let's say we have all 32 NFL teams. They're tuned in listening to this very interview. Why should they want the wide receiver out of McKendree University, Matt Cole, a part of their team?
I feel like because of differentiation, like I said, this a guy that's willing to step in and just regardless any role you give him, he's gonna give 110% effort. Whether I'm on whether I either make the active or even practice squad, I'm gonna always give 110% effort. Like if I'm on the practice squad, I'm gonna work my ass off to get on the active roster. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what's really what it's really all about. And I'm just a different competitor, you know. I just, like I said, with just me being selfish, like with me, I kind of compare myself to like a wolf in a way, because like a wolf, he likes to hunt with a pack. You know, he can't eat without a pack. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing good, I want to see my other teammates doing good as well. It doesn't matter what side of the ball I'm on. I just want to see my team just be great. You know.
Yeah. Well, hey, Matt, really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us, man. Wishing you all the best. Congrats on all the success, and I look forward to seeing you tear up that Northwestern Pro Day here in a little over a month. So congrats on everything, and best of luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.